This is all the great-granddaughter recalls of her first visit to Chile. The white-capped Andes from the window seat, sweet manjar clinging to the gutter between back molar and cheek, and the green malachite stone necklace that made her eyes give off a dragon heat. She traced the stone with her thumb all through dinner, then fell asleep on an armchair while the grown-ups drank wine, her white stocking legs folded to one side and bangs hanging like a windless flag over her slow-breathing face. Tata sat on the chair's edge, patting her bisnieta's sleeping head with a warm palm and watching. She hummed something under her breath, unbuckled the little white shoes, let them fall to the floor. No, the great-granddaughter is told later. Tata was not on that trip. Tata stayed behind. She watched the house. She brought the mail in. You must be mistaken, they said. You are misremembering her. You are inventing her. What if I were to tell you that Tata soaked each toe because of an old Aymara superstition, one of the few remaining traces of her Indio blood? That and the way she felt when certain sea winds blew through her town, calm as a slow, cool drink. Or I could tell you that as a Staten Island exiliada, she savored the jingle of the corner store door on 6th Street. It gave her such a gentle twinge of nostalgia that she sometimes visited just to hear it, pretending to scan the glossy pages of Vanidades she already had at home. Or that she made her bed immaculately every morning, without fail, always scanning for the threat of sloppy edges. Or that sometimes, just between us, when she was applying lipstick for church or a family party, she had to fight a strange urge to paint a thick, satisfying streak across her face. If I were to tell you these things, you'd start to form the image of a woman in your mind. A woman with hip flesh and her own scent. A woman not trapped pacing the narrow hall of memory, but moving, traversing space deliberately in her size 6 sneakers. Just don't unzip her jacket. I filled her with the Costco birdseed abuelo used to leave out for the squirrels. Through the window by the kitchen table, steam rising from our overcooked alcachofas, we watched them craning their necks to shake the grain into their open mouths. Just don't try to meet her gaze. The eyes are marbles I stole in Buenos Aires. It was 3rd grade and I had an unconscious habit of pocketing nice things during play dates with rich kids. Look, if you aim a desk lamp on them, like this, they flicker just enough to suggest she's thinking something over. Just don't ask her too many questions. She'll answer you with, I don't know, or worse, just silence. Trust me, it will make you crazy. You can exhaust yourself shouting, but she'll remain soldier still. You'll start to think she is just a hallucination. You'll decide you're better off letting go of this half-formed creature. You'll be nearly settled in this decision when one night you wake up sweating and she's talking to you. Tata sometimes had flashes of wild thought. They tore through her mind without warning, swooping in on wide, dark rings, toppling neat file stacks with long talons. At work, it happened more and more frequently. Whenever she'd pick her boss's tin of shoe polish off the shelf to dust underneath it, she'd be gripped by the fantasy of dunking and sliding wet black fingers across the white plaster wall. The urge seized her so strongly she forced herself to say her own name like an exhale aloud in the empty room. Isabel. The tin back on the shelf, she'd take a bathroom break, heave open the window, sit on the toilet, and breathe between her legs. These were the moments when, if she wasn't careful to clear her mental room, restack the files, she'd feel it again. At first, just the prickle of the carefully broomed mustache on her neck, then his sour pisco breath, then other images would surface. A flap of tomato skin on the kitchen tile, the thing her eyes found the first time it happened. What happened to Tata when she was a teenager happened more than once. I don't need proof, I know it. He took an interest in her. She lived in his house, dusted his military service medals, cleaned the stains on the sheets he shared with his wife. How many times? It doesn't matter. The mind stops counting. The body detaches from its owner, becomes a container. It receives and stores pain. It keeps breathing and shitting. It happened more than once, in almost all the rooms. It went on for years. I know, because I have also lived outside my body. I have placed it as far away as my reach would allow, let it dangle from the edge of me like a loose thread, a static hair from a sweater. I know, because my timeline is busted. It's a chutes and ladders board, a series of slides that spit me back out where I started. Recollections with mismatched faces, scenes set in the wrong landscapes, missing pieces without explanation, holes. The great-granddaughter grinds her teeth in her sleep. Something is pinning her down, something with wrists the color of undercooked chicken. She wakes up to the slam of a car door with her pulse in her throat, with her chest slick with sweat. On the toilet, she chases breath, pats her neck with sink water, stares at a strand of her lover's hair on the floor, pictures morning. Something wide-winged is clouding her thoughts, making them static. She curls her toes, keeps her eyes fixed on the hair until they sting and weigh down with water. Finally, she changes into a fresh shirt. She climbs back into bed and tries to paint the insides of her eyelids black. This isn't what you might call a true story. True is a stiff thing and it doesn't bend well when you blow on it. But what if I were to show you the cupboard where I keep all the pieces? Go ahead, root around in there. I should warn you, aside from a handful of dates hammered into the wall, most are just corked bottles of slight breezes and side-eye glances. There are some nearly inaudible head voices saying, "Don't forget this feeling." There are some photographs, but Tata's eyes are closed, or her expression is blurry, or she's never younger than 36. If you were to go through these things, you'd forgive me, wouldn't you? For misremembering her, for inventing her, for making her my own.